there was literally like 5 other fucking people on the plane. And that was weird enough. The AC wasn't on. And then there was this fucking guy walking around with a clipboard, like checking off people. And I've never seen that. You know, in a suit. Like he just looked like a weird government guy. And I was like, why is this happening? I started thinking that the plane was gonna go down on purpose, like on some like weird conspiracy shit. Like I was like, there hasn't been a plane that went down in a while. Like,
Probably roll that purple diesel, that shit human like my legs. But I really love that Cali, cause that shit don't make me trip.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Millennial Mentality Podcast. I am your host, Nick Agnelli, here with my co-host, Peter Price, and our guest, Paul Calvani.
Yeah, in the building.
hi guys.
Paul is one of the most amazing humans I've ever met. He's one of those people, I literally have not talked to him since the 8th grade, probably. But it's one of those characters in your life that you just meet and you just never forget. He always used to have this bubbly energy about him, and eclectic, which is like a great adjective because you were just your own person. You know
what does that mean?
Eclectic means like different in a beautiful way, like a butterfly's eclectic. You know
That's a great compliment. I love that.
Yeah.
And he was just different in the best way. He was him, and he loved him, and like he just put that ambiance out. So when Pete and I were talking about bringing people on, and he said he was talking to you, and that you're gonna be coming on, I was so excited because you are such an interesting ass person.
Thank you so
Yeah, I'm
much,
stoked for this
Nick.
too, man.
That was the introduction that I couldn't have even imagined. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know you thought about me like that. So.
No, of course, bro.
Thank you so much for
Paul. Much love.
Dude, thank you.
Happy to have you, bro.
This is beautiful, guys.
So I gotta come out of the
It's a
gate
really
with a
nice
question.
setup.
Shoot.
Paul, you're rolling up on the table, right?
That's okay, right?
Yeah, 100% cool. I'm a big Backwoods fan myself. Smoke quite a few Backwoods. I can't help but notice you bought the single. Do you always buy the single pack?
This is embarrassing, but I pulled up to the gas station without any money. I fucking had like 4 or 5 ones on me, and I lost my wallet the other day, and I had canceled my cards and stuff. So
Okay. So
you know,
you normally would get the 5-pack, but today you settled for the single.
Yeah, sometimes I buy the box.
I thought maybe there was something I didn't know, like the singles are better or something. I thought you were about to put me on
sometimes I feel like it is, but then I'll get a single and it'll suck too. It's literally
it
like
sucks.
it's
It's
always
only
a
one.
gamble.
Yeah.
What you really want to do is you just ask them like, what's the freshest box?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So you'll smoke whichever flavor if they say that's the freshest?
I typically will only smoke like the purple pack, the honeyberry, or the sweets or the original.
You don't like the White Russians?
Every time I just have had bad luck.
wait,
with
Russian
them,
cream.
You know?
Sorry, White
it's
Russian's
like one of
a
those
cocktail.
things like where somebody will get really drunk off of an alcohol and be like, "Oh, I can't drink that."
Oh,
alcohol.
yeah.
It's like that. It's like I've had so many dry Russian cream packs
Okay.
that I was just like,
Paul's a
fuck
real
this
connoisseur. I
ones.
respect that answer, bro. I respect that. That's good.
But some people have really good luck with those. You know?
So running along this parallel, your Instagram name is Paul is High.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so let's dive into that real quick. About drugs and that whole lifestyle. I mean, are you an avid weed connoisseur, or do you know what?
Definitely.
Tell us about that.
So I think it started when I was in San Francisco visiting a friend. I didn't really smoke weed that much because it would like affect me like crazy. Like I would get stupid high. Like
in high school, you talking about?
Yeah, what age is
in
this?
middle school, like I would take a fucking hit of weed and my whole surroundings would change. Like one time I was sitting around a fire pit and I ended up like thinking I was in some kind of scenario where I was like getting roasted over the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like off of one hit of weed. So it's like, I don't know why weed would affect me so strongly, but then once I went to Cali for the first time, San Francisco, I fucking just kind of, I think the tolerance kind of came up. I was like, damn, like I started really enjoying weed. I was like, I think I want to be high like all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is so awesome. Like, why the fuck not? But when I was creating the Instagram name, I was like, damn, you know, I want to do something kind of edgy, but like, you know, it's like, it's not really illegal to be high. Like, so like, fuck it. Like, Paul is high. And, you know, when I was rapping, I was using the high on Paul.
Right.
Okay.
See, I always thought it was a play on that.
It is as
good.
well.
Sick.
So
I
it's
like
two
that.
different things.
Sick.
So it's a play on a high on Paul backwards. It's like Paul, but
remember
instead of
High
like
on Paul?
Paul, or like, you know, whatever it actually is, it just makes more sense to say Paul is high.
Yeah. I like it, dude.
See, again, eclectic, like just different. And, like, I would never have put that connection together.
Oh yeah.
Sick.
Thank you.
He's like 2 steps ahead of everyone. He's one of those intelligent people who's like sneaky intelligent, you know?
Sneaky intelligent.
Now, before the podcast started, we were talking outside, and we were talking about like middle school and that kind of come up. Give us a little backstory about like coming up to middle school, what life was like growing up in your household, and kind of give us like paint a picture for us of what your life was like as a small kid.
Okay. So I was born here in West Palm and then instantly moved to New York for 4 years. So I came back to West Palm, like the same area when I was like 4. It's like, that's when like, you know, like we found like some schools and stuff. Like I had to do like a grade over. It was like I lived in an apartment building. So it was like there were no other kids. So I think that's what kind of started the, like, you know that, what's that word, introvert?
Yeah.
Like, so it was like, that's what started the introvertness, because there was no other kids, you know, in this apartment building. So I would just, like, go outside and, like, ride my bike in the parking garage or something, you know what I'm saying? And nobody, like, would want their kids to come over from school because I lived on the 14th story. And, like, parents would legit tell my mom, like, they'd be afraid, like...
They were sketched out
like,
the height?
Right, like, they were afraid to let their
Interesting.
kids come over because, like, we had a balcony and stuff. And so, you know, and then in middle school, you know what I'm saying, I met a couple friends after we moved out of that apartment, and I moved into a neighborhood where there were some kids, but they were a little bit older. But they were, like, the coolest kids I ever met. Like, they fucking built bow and arrows out of sticks and, like, played roller hockey and, like,
Those kids were allowed to play on the 14th floor.
And that's what actually got me into skateboarding. So they were skateboarding, and, you know, I wanted to, like, be like them. And, like, I eventually, like, the older I got, they started letting me hang out with them more. And then one of them started rapping. Mm-hmm. So, like, I physically saw, you know, somebody build a home little studio in a closet like that. Mm-hmm. And, like, with a little laptop and a microphone and start making music. Mm-hmm. And then I tried to make a song, you know, in middle school, like, and that's what was the start of it for real, like, meeting those group of friends, which I'm still, like, really good friends with to this day. I just don't see them that often. But, yeah, like, you know, they got me into, like skateboarding, and I was already kind of in love with art, but, like, they showed me, like, Dragon Ball Z, and, like, they would be drawing the cartoons, and that kind of, like, opened my mind up to, like, okay, so I can practice drawing these characters that I like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, yeah, you know, like, watching some, like, and I was blessed that they were, like, good, humble people, you know? And, like, they didn't steer me in any type of wrong path. Like, they didn't even really smoke weed or, like, drink that much. And
you're saying was it, like, 2 or 3 guys?
Yeah, it was 3 guys. Nobody would, I guess, really know, but maybe they'll see the podcast. Sonny, Sean, and Tyler.
Shout out to the homies.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I really feel blessed to have met them and
That's awesome, man.
had them kind of, like, bring me up. That's who I was able to go to San Francisco, you know, when I was, like, 16 or 15 even, before I could even drive. I went alone and stayed with him for, like, a month in San Francisco, and, like, it wasn't on some tourist shit because he already lived there. So we just, like, skated every day and, like, made art, and, like, you know, it was, like, local. Like, I felt like on some local shit.
And you belonged there.
Right. Yeah, and that's what opened my eyes to, like, okay, California is something. Like, there's something out here. Everybody's moving out here. You know, I was physically seeing that at 15, that everybody's coming to California to, like, somewhat follow their dreams. But, you know, and so I was like, okay, at that time, it was like, wow, I want to skateboard, but never was really good enough. Then it turned into rapping, because I really fell in love with that. And from that, I started making merch, for the rap shows, just to make a little bit of money.
And so how serious did the rap stuff get, like what?
Dive into that.
I never really made any money with rap, but at one time, my last show, I opened up for Ghostman, and I got paid to do that. If you guys know Ghostman, or if you look him up, he's like world renowned.
Really?
And I actually, I threw a bunch of shows too, and I thrown some of his first shows.
Really?
So he kind of returned the favor, and he was doing a fucking tour. Like, it could have been, it might have been a world tour.
Wow.
Or it was like a whole country tour, but right before he was doing a Europe tour. And he did a show in West Palm at the Kelsey Theater, and I opened up for him.
That's
and
sick.
I got paid.
Sick.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was really dope. That was the last time I ever, really like performed rapping. I already kind of stopped at that point, but he had asked me to do it.
What was that feeling like walking out on stage?
I've performed many times on stage.
Yeah.
It's you gotta if you can, let it. Have you ever done like speech class?
Yeah.
So you know what it's like to walk in front of everybody and everybody's looking at you. And,
That's not my thing.
you know what I'm saying? It can be very
I'm not good
for
at that
sure,
part, dude.
for sure.
I don't even look at the camera that often.
And the thing is just like, but you have to think of it from their perspective. So if you saw somebody getting on stage, and like they're just chilling, sitting there, like that's gonna seem normal. But if you see somebody on stage that looks timid and scared, you're gonna start questioning what the fuck's the deal. But if somebody walked on stage and just like didn't even have anything to say, but looked like normal and looked confident, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a
yeah.
great
So
point, man.
for
Yeah.
me, like, I had songs, and some people in the crowd actually knew them. I was like, I would jump and get like fucking stage dive, stage dive, and like get
Sick.
carried by the crowd. Like, it was those were great times. I just spent too much money with no return on the music.
Is the music still out there? Could people go listen to it? Is it any?
Yeah. I have SoundCloud.
Yeah?
It's like High on Paul and stuff like that. Yeah.
Was it Dirty Pistol? Am I remembering that?
That was the last album I did because I fucking kept ashing my blunts on my pistol, and I thought it was funny. I was like, oh, it's dirty as fuck. It's always got ash on it.
Let's rewind a little bit.
Yeah.
Before the podcast, too, again, we were talking, and we became integrated as friends because in Duncan Middle School that I went to in 7th and 8th grade, we were really good friends with a daughter of one of the teachers, and we would go back before
Shout
school.
out Miss Jepson.
Shout out
She's
Miss
so
Jepson.
sexy. If you are hearing this, I am so down to take you out on a date.
I'm DMing this directly.
Yeah. Shout out Miss Jepson. Paul is interested. So we would go back and chill in Miss Jepson's class before school. And as we'd walk back, and if you know Duncan Middle School, there's corridors with lockers, and then classrooms split off from that. And as we'd go and walk into the classroom to hang out there before school, Paul would just be chilling in the corridors, and just vibing by himself. And he'd kind of go there just to vibe out. So we kind of kept walking by him, and then we started talking and hanging out with Paul. And then he'd start coming to the classroom before school and hanging out with us. And and it was so cool, the evolution of that. But tell us about you telling me that I just liked being back there by myself and hanging out and just doing me.
Well, like the courtyard was kind of like sticky and hot.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I don't want to fucking sit outside in the courtyard and wait for school to start.
Yeah.
Like, that shit's fucking horrible.
Shout out
And
to
then
South
I just kind of
Florida.
like did my little like exploring or just try to push a little bit farther and figure, and I found out that I can actually chill in the AC,
Yeah.
listen to my music, like sit on a locker or something.
You did always have music on.
Try
you.
to
When-
enjoy
when,
my time.
Yeah.
What were you bumping in the headphones back in those days?
I was listening to this very lyrical hip hop group called Atmosphere, that my friends put me on to, and it was like the Rhyme Sayers label stuff. So it's like, if you look up Atmosphere, you can look up Brother Ali, Aesop Rock, not ASAP Rocky. His name's Aesop Rock, like Aesop's Fables kind of thing. Super lyrical stuff, and then also like super like OG reggae. So like I would be listening to like Bob Marley's sons, like Damian Marley and Julian Marley, Ziggy Marley, and then like stemmed off of that, like found artists like Capleton and Sizzla and Buju Banton. Like these are all like super roots dudes from Jamaica that like make like reggae that's like, you know, it's a little bit even hard to understand because, you know, they speak like, you know, a different language or, you know, very heavy accents. So it's like, yeah.
What do they speak?
Jamaicans speak English, I feel like.
There's a patois, is that right?
Patois? What are you talking about?
That's a thing. I might be totally wrong in that it's Jamaicans, but that's a...
I'd say we should
like
look it up really quick on Google. Because it's so
up.
weird that I wanted to say the same thing, but I'm a little fucked up right now, and I was like, I don't want to say the wrong.
Yeah, I just
either.
plunged.
I never knew that.
I'll be wrong if I'm wrong.
What are you looking up? Jamaican
What
national?
do Jamaicans speak? English is the first answer. Which, I mean, I know... Oh, but why did Jamaicans speak patois?
Yeah,
It's like
okay.
a
So I was
dialect.
gonna say that, but I wasn't 100% sure just because I'm, like kind of off the buzz.
The speaking of patois
I have a
is reference to
prescription
the
for
time when
Xanax,
most
guys.
Jamaican
Don't judge
ancestors
me.
were taken from their homeland and forced to speak English.
So, as you were talking, Pete was talking about how the actual English, I mean, the language is English in Jamaica.
That they were forced to speak.
That they were
Their
forced to
native
speak.
language is patois.
Yeah. So, patois, I learned something today. Crazy. Never even heard of this before. What you were saying, what Pete was talking, was that he's chilling right now and he's got a prescription for Xans. He's not, you know, and he's just vibing.
Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I didn't want to be nervous or, like hold back.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes get in my head, you know.
Good.
I want to loosen up for the interview.
I love it. I personally...
Get your mind right.
I've never
Do you guys
done...
want
I like that. Sure. Cool. I told you, I've been off the woods for a minute.
I've personally never done Xans. What is it? Is it up or downer? What is it?
Oh, it's terrible. Don't get into it.
Okay.
It's terrible. It's stupid. Drugs are dumb as fuck, y'all. But a Xanax will make you forget everything you did that day. It's really like, you know, it should be used as a tool. Like, so like one time, like if you can't sleep, you know, like you fucking have insomnia and you fucking cannot sleep and you need to sleep, you know, you take a fucking Xanax so you'll knock out. You'll go to sleep and you'll fucking sleep really good and you'll wake up feeling great. Mm-hmm. But like people, you know, abuse drugs. So
for sure.
I mean, it's very easy to abuse a pill, like especially a pill that makes you forget. You can sometimes forget how many you're taking in one day.
Right. I've heard
You know
that with a lot of people that struggle with Xanax abuse is they forget that they took one, you know, not that long ago and they end up overdosing because they forgot the dose that they took.
Right.
It's a tough question, and I'm going to ask it. Why does one get prescribed Xans or
right.
what is the plus from it? Is you just want to forget? Is that
No, it's not that. It's anxiety.
Okay.
So one time I was on a plane, and no joke, I needed to take the Xan because I was about to get off the plane. I felt so weird, dude. I've never felt this way before, and I kind of feel like I don't want to bring down the podcast right now, but I was on the plane.
You're good.
There was literally like 5 other fucking people on the plane, and that was weird enough. The AC wasn't on, and then there was this fucking guy walking around with a clipboard, like checking off people. And I've never seen that, you know, in a suit. Mm-hmm. Like he just looked like a weird government guy. And I was like, why is this happening? I started thinking that the plane was going to go down on purpose, like on some like weird conspiracy shit. Like I was like, there hasn't been a plane that went down in a while. Like maybe like this is like supposed to go down. And I was like, if that guy gets off the plane, like I'm going to get off.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, started like talking to the guy next to me. I was like, yo, doesn't this feel weird? And you don't want to hear that on a plane.
Yeah, dude. What
The fuck?
What was
and
his reaction?
He was like, stop talking. And I was like, fuck, what am I doing, bro? And I'm like, and then they just he left and he closed the doors. They closed the doors right before I even got a chance to fucking get up. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? And then I was just like, fuck it, I just popped the Xan and I went to sleep and everything was fine. I woke up in New York, fine.
Classic.
But sometimes I definitely abuse the Xanax as well. I think every time I've had a bad situation with the relationship, it was because I also did a Xan that day. And I won't think I am I won't think I'm doing anything wrong, but people will say the next day, like my friends and stuff, they'll be like, yo, you were kind of an asshole.
Really?
And I'm like, damn, I did a Xan. That might have been why, you know?
Okay.
But like, it's also when you mix alcohol
Okay.
with the Xanax is when it gets bad.
What does that How does that balance out? What is it? Does it make you more? What?
It just like it really will fuck you up.
Induces the blackout.
That's when people black out for real.
I remember
and that's
that being
when
a
I
thing in
that's
high
when I
school.
would turn into probably like an asshole if I was like super drunk and did Xans, because then I started doing more. I forget. You know what I'm saying? Been there.
I remember that
Too
being a
many
thing in
times.
high school that people would do is they'd put like half of a bar in a beer, and then that would just be, that's all you need for the whole night is that one beer and the half a bar.
Right, and
So
but
I've been
sometimes
told.
it just like people's tolerance increases and it gets bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just something, if you've never done a certain drug like that, I would say stay away from it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, unfortunately, people get prescribed it as kids, and they, and then they're like getting fucking addicted to it because they've just been taking it all their life.
Yeah.
Just to dive down that little rabbit hole real quick, are you a believer, because I'm kind of this way, that we're prescribing our kids too much drugs these days?
Yeah, I mean, Adderall's another one, right? That they
A
give to
huge
jits.
one. They just pump it down their throat.
Yep.
And like I think I have some type of ADD, ADHD, something along those lines. It's so hard for my brain to stay in one area for extended period of time. And
these companies make money off of that.
that's what I'm saying, yeah. But I think being ADD is actually a positive thing. But for school and whatnot, when you stick a kid in the classroom for 2 hours, of course they're gonna start losing their shit.
Yeah, I'm
like,
super ADHD.
Yeah.
Like I love not having to work on the same thing every day.
Yeah.
That's why I choose to like run my company all myself, because sometimes I want to design, sometimes I want to make it, sometimes I want to sell it.
yeah.
It's all different steps and it requires different things. Sorry if I'm not talking in the fucking...
No, you're good, bro. You're doing great.
Thank you.
Um,
Peter just got a haircut, guys. It looks
does
fucking
look
good.
Shout out
Fantastic.
Olivia Pratt, Liv the Barber.
I kind of
Thanks for getting me right. Thank you for that, Paul.
I need another haircut. Something like that.
I mean, you're actually pretty groomed right now for how I've seen you
The
in the
back
last
of my
year or
head
so.
was having dreads. Currently.
Really?
They were like
Non-intentional?
you had dreads?
4 of them from sleeping.
Not intentional.
And I
you
didn't
didn't
have
twist them. They just
No,
happened.
they were just happening. And, like, one of my exes would pick them out for me, but we were not together anymore, so I didn't have any way to pick them out.
I see.
It hurts.
So you just had to chop them.
I just cut it. I decided to go for a new look.
You gonna keep it this way now? You not growing it back out?
I don't know. I like to go through changes.
Yeah.
What it really was like I had so many girls, like this one girl I was kind of seeing, like trying to get me to cut my hair, and I just like didn't have time, And then she fucking like hooked up with some other dude at one of my art shows I was trying to sell my art at. So I was like, fuck you, bitch. And I went the next day and like got a haircut, got my nails clean. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna shit on this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. She hit me up the other day. Oh, we were just friends. Like, okay. Like, trying to be nice. I'm like, bro, why are you talking to me? Like, leave me alone, dude. Like, you fucking
That's sick,
try,
man.
like, what?
Good for you, man. Good.
Straight up. And she was
shut
one of the
up, that
hottest girls
bitch.
I've ever been with. So now, step up now, baby,
Yeah. Good shit, Paul. I love
We
that.
gotta step it up.
I like that.
So you're single, ready to mingle right now?
Single.
That's if things don't work
not
out
really
with
that much
shorty.
time to mingle, but I'm actually gonna go see tomorrow. I'm gonna drive up to St. Augustine because the last model that I had in the photo shoot, if you go on my Instagram, me and her have actually been talking, and like I'm gonna go visit her in St. Augustine because I haven't gone there since I was in elementary school.
Dude,
Yeah, I
it's
haven't been to
so
St.
fun.
Augustine in a
It's
minute.
beautiful,
I
dude.
want to go anyways, and like she's coming from New York to go visit St. Augustine, so I'm gonna go there tomorrow.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Drive
go
up
see
in
her.
the new
In the
vet?
vet?
Yeah.
Nah, too many miles. And actually I got a call yesterday that my insurance, my card fucked up and I didn't pay my insurance.
Yeah.
I don't have
'Cause you just
insurance on
canceled
it
the
right
cards.
now. So, but I'm like, nobody's gonna pull me over into that. Right now. You know what I'm saying?
I almost think opposite. I think if they're
It's a target.
Nah, bro, because like, dude, if I'm not driving like an asshole,
Yeah, right.
you know, they're like only old.
It's a
people
low key car.
Yeah.
Right,
around
right.
here.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so diving into now the clothing. Where did that transition come from? Where did that idea come from? You've obviously always been artistic, but how did it start to get into clothing?
So, you know, in middle school I always loved drawing and stuff, you know, but I've only known artists that were just artists for fun. I never knew I know making money off your art is possible because there's obviously people that have been doing it all, like Van Gogh.
It's hard to get to that point though.
Exactly. It kind of seems almost like impossible. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's like growing up playing Little League baseball and
winning
thinking
the
about
lottery
being a
almost.
pro.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
Like to become like an artist, like so known like that. And I mean, most of the time it only happens after they're dead, unfortunately.
Right.
But
That's a
I
good
mean,
point,
like,
too.
you know, when I've always liked making art, and then, in middle school, you know what I'm saying, like, or in high school, is when I was like, you know what I'm saying, like, I was walking around the hallways feeling mad, introverted, you know, not feeling like I don't have any friends, you know, real friends in school, and like I had one real friend, my homie Patrick. I love you, Patrick. You were like one of my only friends in that school. But it's like, you know, I always like saw these cliques. It's like, why am I not a part of a clique? You know, why don't I get invited to the parties? You know, so I'm like feeling kind of like a loser. But you know, I know that like every time I wear something, like a year after, everybody else is wearing it. So like I started wearing these shorts that were really short, and I would get made fun of for it. But then fucking next year,
Short shorts are hot.
Short shorts are the new fucking frat boy thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's wearing them. I was wearing the Ray-Bans, you know. I got like a fake pair of Ray-Ban framed looking ones from PacSun in 6th grade. I was getting made fun of for those glasses, mind you. And come now, like, what, those Ray-Bans were the most popular frames.
Yeah.
So, like, in my mind, I'm like, yo, I got it. You know? Like, I'm pretty sure I know what the new is before it actually happens. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to be a fashion designer. But, like, it's not going to be overnight. Like, this is going to have to be, like, a 10-year plan. Like, I already knew that. In middle school, I'm thinking that. I'm walking around these hallways, and I'm like, you know, what I told you before, like, you know, like, these, like, the hottest bitches of the school, like, most sought-after bitches, like, are all driving, like, you know, nice Beamers and, like, carrying, you know, Gucci purses and shit. And I'm like, yo, if I can't fucking be a part of their cliques now, their fucking kids and, like, you know, kids that are in that position in the future are gonna want shit with my name on it. So I'm still gonna, you know, they're gonna be buying it from me.
That's powerful.
You know,
That's cool.
what I'm saying?
It's
So,
like a fuck you. It's like a silent fuck you. You know,
Yes.
like look at me now, motherfucker.
Yes.
You know.
So like that was when I started the thought process, but I knew it wasn't gonna be overnight because I didn't really know how to go about designing. I really thought you needed a shit ton of money to like find manufacturers and, you know, get designs going. And obviously your one design isn't gonna work. You need a whole collection, and you know they require minimums. So in my mind, I'm like, holy shit! To start this, I need like $10,000. But like, you know, so I started, you know, working normal jobs. I've been a limo driver, waiter, you know what I'm saying, like all types of shit. I've gone on Craigslist and done random one-day jobs, you know what I'm saying? I've sold fucking lollipops in middle school. I sold blank skateboards in high school. Like, just trying to, like, do whatever to make money. And, when I went to college for a little bit, got kicked out. That was when I kind of stopped making music a little bit. We made one music video, actually, me and my friend.
Yeah.
And then I came back here to West Palm after getting arrested for the first time in college. Like, got into a fight. Cops found, like, mushrooms and, like, weed in my room. And, like, they charged me for a fucking gun when it was a blow dart gun I actually bought in St. Augustine.
No.
When I was a kid on that fucking 5th grade tour.
Yeah.
And they charged you for a real gun?
Yes.
Did that stick?
No, everything got dropped. But so, that was the end of the FIU going to college thing. I was like, fuck it, going back to West Palm. Tried to go to public college, but I got an offer to go on a tour, a rap tour, Because I'm like, this is when I'm like back in West Palm trying to make music. And I was like, fuck it. I dropped out of that college shit to go on that tour. And then was just hustling the music, like recording as much as I could, trying to throw my own shows like in West Palm to like get my name out and stuff. And but then I was like, how do I make money? And I was like, I need to make merch for the shows so I can sell t-shirts. And after I designed a couple shirts, I started like thinking more about selling merch than making music. And
was the
like,
merch sales like doing well?
The merch sales were doing okay, but it was more about the love of designing. Like I kept thinking of more ideas, like more things I wanted to do. And I was like, honest, like then there was like that transition where I rapped and made clothing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I just like, after that time where I performed at that Ghostman show, I was like, yeah, this is my last time performing. Like, I'm done. Like, I'm going to be a designer now. Because, like, honestly, like, if you don't make money doing something, it's hard to tell people that that's what you do.
That's so true.
If people, like, ask me what I do and I'm like, oh, I'm a rapper, but I don't fucking make any money rapping, like, kind of look like an asshole. So, but, like, I actually feel very confident about telling people I'm a fashion designer now because this is what I do full time, and I'm making a living off of it. And I started a company a couple years ago, and like I'm like don't have any employees yet, but I've been like having friends like help me unofficially, like just to like start it. And I've been talking to my accountant about getting them on a payroll, and you know what I'm saying.
So what's the name of your company, Paul?
It's called Calvani.
That's beautiful.
And that's a clothing brand.
Thank you. Yes.
What kind of clothing do you make mostly?
So if I can stand up to show the camera.
Flex the drip.
So what I did here is I took a plain Ralph Lauren polo, button down and pants, just because I like the quality of their stuff.
Nice.
And I dyed the shirt.
Okay, so what color was that shirt when you got it?
It was white.
Oh, fuck,
Really?
okay,
Yeah.
shit.
Yes.
Cool.
That's badass.
And then I screen printed on it, and I wanted to go on for a minimalistic look for this piece because of the fit.
Yeah.
But if it was like a hoodie or something, I would maybe like sew some fabric squares under it. I like to give things layers to show like dimensions.
Okay.
So both of those were fucking white when you bought them.
Yes, completely.
Oh, that's
white.
insane. I would have never guessed that.
That's dope,
Thank you.
dude.
I sold the opposite pair for $350 last night.
That's amazing, man.
That's
Thank
amazing,
you.
bro.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome, dude.
And the way you describe it is beautiful. It's like you described your clothing as if you said like a piece. At least you said on this piece. It's like it is art to you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just art that you can wear.
It's dope.
That is a dope
And I've
way
been
of saying
actually starting to try to get into doing canvases again too. So what I did is I actually like took a big piece of fabric and I did what I do on it, like to clothing, and then I wrapped it around a canvas and stapled it down on the corners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just to try to get my foot in the door in the in some galleries maybe.
Yeah.
That would
So where do you
rather-
do most of your sales for the clothing now?
Instagram. So like if you guys could put it like maybe
Yeah,
under
absolutely.
it.
All your
So
stuff will be in the
it'll
description.
At Paul is high. That's my personal one where I actually like will follow people back. And then I have a professional one if I need to tell like somebody that I don't want to say Paul is high too. I'll be like, it's the Paul.Calvani, but I don't like follow anybody back on that one. That one's I'm trying to make the company one, but I'm so bad at posting on Instagram. So it's like I already don't post enough on my personal, so the fucking professional one gets like no love from me. I'm like, I'm slacking on
Well, go show some love to both pages then.
Please.
Let's run them both.
Oh, no. Thank you. Yeah, for real. Thank you. I mean more like me putting in work to it. Like,
I mean, it's become that kind of a society, right? Where like,
yeah, you have to. I mean,
Instagram.
when I start putting stuff on my story, I'll sell it,
Yeah, right.
But I just have to be working.
It goes the same way for me with the tattoos. The more I post consistently, the more the inquiries and people hitting me up.
And how's that going for you?
It's been amazing, man. Thank you. It's every single day, bro.
Dude,
tattooing every day.
Can you tattoo me soon?
Yeah, please. You let me know when you're ready. I'm ready.
I want to do back and chest.
Let's do it, dog.
On some Yakuza looking shit.
Let's do it. Sick.
This is amazing to me sitting back and watching this because, like, I've known these guys for so long. And as I say, every podcast, as we talk to really interesting people doing amazing shit in their life, it's really cool to think back to when I first knew them, whether it was high school or middle school, whatever it is. And now we're full-ass adults, and we're doing our lanes. To think of you as a rapper, then artist, and now fashion designer, and Pete as a a hospitality management, person, and now he's into tattooing and running a fully successful business there. It's just really cool to see people cultivate these dreams, in which people really attacked their dreams fearlessly and just said, like you said, I made that switch one day from rapper to fashion designer, and it was like a switch went off in your head, and that's what you identified with. Right, and even though you didn't really tell most of the world because you weren't making money off of it at the time, and as you said, your definition of that is, a job is something you make money off of. That's what you were claiming. But you kept that identity of I am going to be a fashion designer, and you believed in that number one, and I think that is the biggest thing.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much, man.
Yeah, man.
I think it's crazy, and I feel so blessed that that you're considering me a part of that bracket of us being like doing our thing, and like, you know what I'm saying, because it's crazy to think about, for real, like that we are kind of like adults now, like 26. I don't know, it still seems like we're to me kids though. Like I want to be a kid forever.
Well, you will be a kid forever, Paul. That's your heart. And that's not a bad thing. That's an amazing thing. Yeah. That energy of a kid, that like
when I look at you, like I still see like the same person I saw, like.
Do you guys really? School. That's cool to me,
No, straight up, like I don't like. I really
just
do. Like when we were running around at your parents' house, you had like that slip and slide or something out back. Remember? You had that party like after homecoming or some shit. The middle school homecoming. That was great.
It's cool to hear from people you haven't talked to in a while that you identify with something like positive and fun. It's just like it's a cool thing to hear, because we've always tried to be good people in our lives, and I think that's the number one thing.
Yeah. It'll get you a long way.
Very long way.
That, and then the commitment and determination and.
So you fully love what you do. You wake up every day and you're happy to do it?
Dude, I feel so blessed that I have, the tools and everything and the mindset to want to do it, Yeah. It's such a fucking blessing because, there's nothing else I'd rather be doing. Straight the fuck up. Like, making clothes and, like, now, like, I travel and promote my clothing wherever I can and want. I try to do it in New York and LA mostly, but I would love to go to, like, Colorado. I'm going there on the 18th. That's why we had to do the podcast today, actually. And,
I've seen you posting about being in, like, some stores and boutiques and stuff like that. I've seen you doing some of that in New York also, fashion shows too?
Yeah, so, I've been in a store in New York, a couple of them, but they sold the jackets, and then, like, they haven't really picked up the phone. But last time I went on this recent trip, I talked to him, and he seemed interested in me sending him a product line sheet. I just got my wallet back because I lost it on the first day I got here. Mm-hmm. So I lost all the business cards. So I just got them back, though. So, good. Now I can fucking do that. But,
so you were saying to us outside before we started, too, that you sold a jacket recently that then got resold for twice the value. So you're seeing some of the resale game
Yeah,
coming
and
into
I mean
your
that's
brand
like
also.
I mean if it's a 101 piece and somebody wants it enough, and they're willing to pay.
Yeah, right.
That's how it works
It's
with
dope,
really
man.
anything.
I mean, so is pretty much everything you make a one of one piece?
No,
No.
but like I bet that if you did an amazing enough tattoo, somebody would consider chopping somebody's arm off just for it. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. Like it's like sometimes like it's like, that person was willing to pay $1,000 for that jacket because he liked it that much.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, just that,
And so
that
this is
value.
a
like a Pokemon card lately.
That's
Those
right.
Pokemon cards.
Right. You said this is a Polo Ralph Lauren button down, right? Originally.
Yes.
So
I
where,
love working
like, how
with
do you
them.
source your clothes? What are you doing?
I
for
bought
that?
this brand new at the store at the mall.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I love using brand new stuff because of how much I charge.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to give anybody a thrifted, a used fit.
But is that the route you like to go? You like going and just shopping like for your ideal design or like luxury brand rather than outsourcing or like get in with a supplier or something like that?
Well, the thing is like what I was saying before, it's like it costs a lot because you have to have a minimum. And the thing is just like, dude, it's almost more worth it to go find stuff that is on sale because they're making so many clothes. They make so much stuff. Like if you ever look up or look into fast fashion, it's like a big issue right now because like almost anything, they're overproducing and they just end up selling it for cheaper and cheaper. Like the brands like Forever 21 and H&M, like those are the type of brand like Express. These are fast fashion brands that put out new seasons like once a month. You know what I'm saying? Because they're creating so many things. Like their factories are just like producing, and they're selling. So, they're selling it for. What did you ask again? I'm so sorry. Where was I going with
Why
this?
you don't, source things in bulk, I guess.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I'm just careful with how I'm getting it because I want it to be the best quality, the best fit.
Yeah.
And if I can get a better deal on something that's nicer than something I can outsource, then why not,
And so, like, when you go find a shirt like that, will you, like, clear the shelf for all the sizes? Or, like, are you buying a lot of different things?
If I have a good amount of money, I will. Yeah. But if you look at my house, I kind of have a problem with that where I'll, like, I'll have all these ideas in my head, but I don't have enough time to get to them. So I have, like, a trillion fucking blanks. But it's kind of good, like, like, it's just sitting money.
Yeah, right.
Like, somebody can come over and pick out what they want. And sometimes the fact that I'll hold on to something for a year is a good thing because it's the perfect piece for that person at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool, man.
I'm blown away, Paul. That's crazy.
And so what kind of format do you sell your stuff in?
You're really nice. Thank you so much, man.
Good people, man.
I love you, bro. Thank you guys for having me here, bro. For real.
Dude,
absolutely.
Man. This is crazy. It's so crazy that I thought it was somebody else too. I'm so happy to see you, man.
No,
like, for
dude.
real.
It's
been so long.
Yeah. Bringing it back one more time. You had talked about you took Xans when you were younger because of your anxiety.
I didn't take that when I was younger.
Oh, just when you got as to an adult.
Honestly, yeah, I just recently got the prescription.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like just one of those things where I was just like,
has the anxiety always been a thing?
I have insomnia, dude. I don't really sleep. Like I'm always like half sleeping. Like
what's that mean?
If I'm sleeping with somebody, like that's when I notice it. Cause like if they like get up or move, like I'm already up. Like and I typically only can sleep for like 4 or 5 hours.
Really?
Yeah, like I don't really get good sleep. So like I've wanted to get the Xanax so like, when I do have the time to fucking actually sleep for a good day, you know what I'm saying? I can do that.
Is anxiety something you struggle with?
Well, I guess it's just like I've taken on a lot of bills, so I'll be thinking about making money pretty much all day, every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that can, I think, build up a little bit of anxiety. And also just like being, kind of more introverted. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, at a party or something, like, I'll end up just fucking going to the corner, and not talk to anybody. It's just kind of like that same vibe of just, like, not, like, feeling like belonging to any type of clique, I guess, or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that most of your life you've had a really hard time identifying with and feeling like you are a part of something, a part of a group.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that's a blessing in disguise now, because I think that's what really made me realize that I am maybe meant for something that's, like, impossible.
Like you're 101.
Like, yeah. That's, and, like, but it takes hard work. And, it's not going to happen with just me thinking it. I have to do it. But, like, with, like, little things, like, seeing how, like, I am always, like, one step ahead in the fashion game. And then, like, like, just being, if I wanted to talk to somebody, I could, and I'm pretty good at sales. So, like, I don't know, like, I knew that, like, if I made, I don't know, like, it's like, it turned in, it was hard to say, like, it's hard to say I knew I was going to be able to sell my pieces for a lot eventually, because I didn't know that, but it's, like, after, like, I charged, like, maybe $100, a little over $100 for, like, pieces, and then, like, they started getting in more demand, and then I started having to raise the price. So it's, like, it was just, like, a natural, like, okay, like, now this is how your name gets there. Gucci is Gucci because you can't get a Gucci piece unless you're spending fucking a certain amount of money on it. You know what I'm saying? Or, now, I kind of like look up to, like, Off-White a lot. You know what I'm saying? I think, like, Virgil designs are, like, really good. You know what I'm saying? He does, like, some really good fashion forward things. And I, like, the fact that, like, I went to one of his things in Miami and they have a knit sweater for $5,000.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, fuck, dude, like, I want to buy this. I don't have $5,000 to buy this, but I fucking want it so goddamn bad. Because, like, I know it's just like a 1-to-1, like, like, they're not gonna make, like, it could have probably resold for more, really. Right. And realistically, like, I don't know if I probably would have ended up wearing it, to be real. Probably got a fucking blunt hole in it, though. But it's just, like, it's that, dude. And it's that energy and, like, people telling me that, like, and people actually buy my clothes for a certain amount. And, like, it's, like, kind of mind-blowing to me. And I'm like, all right, like, this is going somewhere. Like, I really feel like I got this, Like, and you just have to fucking go for it. And even if I died tomorrow, like, it's like I was going for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not stopping. Like, that's what got me here. So, like, I have to keep going. I have no other choice. So, like, that's the only thing that'll really, really help the anxiety, is just, like, forcing it. What I actually, if I'll plug something. You guys know who Gary Vaynerchuk is?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so, like, that, for a while when I was kind of, like, lost in my head and, like, I'll look around my house and it's super fucking, like, messy with clothes and shit, and it's, like, it makes you not even want to start cleaning, you know what I'm saying? Because you're just, like, thinking too much about it. But, like, I started watching his shit every day, and I don't really do it anymore, but when I was, and I was hearing him say, like, you have one life, and, like, you're gonna die. And, like, if you want to fucking make it, like, if you want to do something with your life, you gotta fucking work every day. Like, if you're not where you want to be, and you're not working every fucking second at it, then you have no really excuse as to why you're not fucking doing it, you know? Because, like, you're not putting in the work. You're fucking sitting on your ass. So it's like, fucking go do it, dude, and go do it every goddamn day. And you know what I'm saying? Like, that, and that's really the real success. Because, like, what we were saying before is, like, you never really hit that threshold and be happy. Like, you're like, how do I make it to the next step? So it's always going to be a journey, you know? And as long as we're fucking really like, we can wake up and we have food, the necessities, you know, water, we have like security, like that is really at the end of the day, like making it. Because, you know what I'm saying? Like you're living and you're breathing and you can be happy that, you know what I'm saying, that you're alive. You know what I'm saying? But then the next step, you know, and sometimes it might be a little bit selfish to think like I'm trying to be a 101. You know what I'm saying? But I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Like I'm like, cause nobody else is gonna make this shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's ideas in my head that I know nobody else is working on right now, like that need to be there so I have to construct it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That you feel that's your purpose. Like you're fulfilling something bigger than yourself almost. Yeah. Right. I saw this the other day. A dude asked a group of people. They said, "How many people in this room would take $1 million if I handed it to them right now?" Everyone's hand went up. He said, "Okay." If in that same moment, I said, "Who wants $1 million?" I said, "You get $1 million, but I kill you by the end of the day, so you don't wake up tomorrow morning." He said, "How many people would take that $1 million?" All their hands went down. Yeah. And he said, "So you're telling me right now that every day you wake up in the morning is worth $1 million bucks, off rip. You're up $1 million. So like, think of that as in terms of like what you value your life at, and that the simplest things, like Paul was saying, is really all you fucking need. And I think he's also in a really good spot where he's doing what he loves, so he feels that purpose. Yeah. But a lot of people don't do what they like, and they don't feel that purpose and that fulfillment.
I know, it's sad. I feel for people like who are waking up and not wanting to do what they want to do. Like, you know, right now, unfortunately, I'm not in the position to hire anybody full time, but I've tried to get, you know, my friends to like be working for me full time. You know, sometimes also like I'm not really the sternest boss, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if somebody's going to start drinking at like 11 in the morning while they're working with me, like, I'm not really going to like fucking give them shit for it, but it's also not really what I want, you know? So it's like, it's hard to sometimes find that balance, especially when you don't have like the money to like securely hire somebody and be like, you're going to be good if you know, give me all your time. Yeah. But like...
That's a goal, though, to get to that point?
Of course, yeah. Like, I have some... and, you know, it's already kind of like I have this one friend, Matt Ramsey the Slasher. He's a great artist. One of the people, like, who I met through Sean's, Sonny and Tyler, my OG friends that got me into skateboarding. And, you know, when I hadn't seen him for a while, and then when I did see him, he was seeing that I had started the clothing brand, and he wasn't really doing art anymore. But now, you know, when he was working for me for a little bit, he had started art again, and now he's doing art again pretty much full time. And you know what I'm saying? It was great to see like one of my friends like come back, you know, because like when people are like doing something they don't want to do every goddamn day, sometimes they turn into victims. They have a victim mentality. So, you know, they start feeling like, just like everybody's trying to fuck them up, trying to fuck them over. Like they'll start, and for me, this is my pet peeve, is hearing people fucking argue about politics, because I really do not think that like half of the people I hear arguing, or really, I don't think I know anybody that's actually in any type of position to make a difference politically. Like if like they're not gonna be in the power soon. You know, I don't know any governors or anything like that. You know, I just know regular people, and like hearing people at parties and shit. And like, you know, one time I heard, like, I was out at the party in LA, and some girl like was literally like, "Oh, who are you voting for?" And I was like, I don't fucking know, dude. Like, I'm an artist. Like, I don't watch the news. I don't really care, dude. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then like I was in New York, and I heard these kids talking about taxes, and I'm just like, dude, you know, like why don't you stop? Like, I had to stop them talking. I was like, your guys' conversations makes me want to shoot myself because, dude, why don't you just focus on trying to make more money instead of, like, worrying about what is going to happen anyways? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to do what they're going to do anyways. So, like, just fucking run with it. Don't argue and waste your time arguing with each other, especially two people who, you know, you could just be chilling at this party having a fucking good time. Instead, you're arguing about something that you have no control over making the decisions. You can vote for it and, you know, keep that to yourself. Like, or talk about it, but don't fucking argue. Yeah. Because, like, what the fuck?
No, I'm in the same boat as you, bro. I could really care less, dude. I hate seeing
that shit. You see it on Facebook with another person?
I support
and start
people.
An argument.
And there's a difference. Like, I think you're saying, and I'm saying too, is there. I'm not saying don't support something. Like if you want to support whatever you want to support, sick. Yeah. Like be passionate about whatever you want to be passionate about.
I love passionate people.
But why the fuck is it getting brought up, and B, like, keep that to yourself. Yeah, don't force it on anybody.
Have you ever been in, like, the Publix line and heard two people, like, start bringing up some politics shit that they see on the magazine just to start arguing?
For sure.
I was like, that was the first time I saw that, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah. Dude, like, it's like somebody will say something, like my dad was like, oh, against this guy, was like, stands up for the guy, and, you know, and it's like, dude, why did you just try to start this fucking, like, I know my dad did that to instigate something. Like, he wanted somebody to say some shit. Yeah. It's like, some people just want to fucking argue. Yeah. And it's like, and it comes back to this victim mentality shit. And I'm not saying my dad's like that. Like, I respect my dad. I love my dad. I love you, Dad. But just, like, people in general. You know what I'm saying? It's like I just see it way too much. And it's like...
Why?
I need people... I don't know. Yeah. I feel like people need to get out of that. But it's also, like, it's hard for me to say because, like you said, I'm blessed to be able to do what I want. You know, some people haven't been able to figure out how to do that. And they... have to fucking get told what to do. Yeah. And it's like, kind of sucks. It kind of fucking, you know, I mean, being able to wake up and do what you want every day can definitely, like, heighten your mood, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
No, it's a fact, without a doubt.
I mean, there's still other things to worry about, obviously, but, you know, you find ways around that. I started doing yoga, hot yoga.
Yeah?
I'm telling you, he's the world's most interesting man. We're sitting outside. He's like, yeah, I ran 20 miles the other day. I said, what?
You didn't hear that?
No.
It took 4.5 hours.
I said 20 miles? And he said it like I would say, yeah, I just went around the block.
Because I want to do 26.
Why 26?
Because that's a marathon.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, your lungs are strong as, bro. You're putting out 2 backwards and then you're going to go run 20 miles.
That's why I don't get when people complain about the back. I'm like, yo, I run still.
Yeah.
Yeah, Superman lungs or something.
That's incredible, dude.
20. And you said you were running in the woods?
I love running in the woods. Grassy waters.
What?
It just being surrounded by trees, you know, it brings such a savage energy. You know, it makes you want to run, especially you see an animal. It makes you want to run real fast. I'm like, oh
Imagine being camping. Imagine being camping and you see Paul taking a jog behind you.
No, you want to know what's funny is I used to have a long beard and long hair, and one time this fucking little, like, child and her dad were walking, and they legit got scared.
I would too, Paul. And Forrest Gump is running across the United States.
One time I was real fucking hyped because I was the first one there, and I opened the gate, and I was like, there's people, like, I ran by them right before I did this. I was like, welcome home, motherfuckers. And I didn't see him on the trail. I was like, damn, I wonder if I fucking scared the fuck out of him. Like, oh my God. But I was just, like, super hyped, you know? Like, because I'm like, I gotta have that energy. I'm about to fucking run 20, like, or whatever.
Did you run in the dark?
No, the park is closed during the drive.
Okay.
Yeah. And park? That's when the fucking boars will come out. And, like, I don't want to get fucking attacked by boars. You ever seen?
You say it like it's happening.
Y'all ever seen Old Yeller?
No, but you say it like it's happened before.
You never seen Old Yeller?
No.
The dog gets killed, I'm pretty sure, by a boar. Gets hurt by the boar. Boars are savage. They'll attack you. They have tusks.
I never.
Tusks.
They have tusks. Yeah. They will fuck you up, I think, if they feel threatened.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure because I never got attacked by one, thankfully. But.
He says it like it happened the other day, like it's sus, the way you're saying, like, you brought up boars out of nowhere. That's too specific of an animal, Paul.
Well, that's the animals I see on that trail are boars and snakes and turtles.
Fuck your trail, running in some grassy water.
Where is this?
Grassy Waters is off North Lake.
He's running the Everglades. He's running across
it's
the
like
state.
it's like a Everglades looking thing.
God.
I actually did a photo shoot there in the water. Can you guys pull up pictures on this podcast?
Yeah, we'll throw a picture up.
You can see on the
maybe over there where it's
on
empty.
my Instagram. Well, I'll show you which one to post. It's the one where I'm like kicking water, and then there's one I'm like in the water coming out of it with my sewing machine. Like
your sewing
in the
machine.
fucking water, bro.
That's fire.
They're really good photos.
So you just said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna break this machine and just dump it."
It was an old one.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know.
Yeah.
I did one in the beach. I've done one on a roof. I want to keep it going. I just forget, but I want to like do a whole. I want to keep the series going where I'm doing photos with my sewing machine in obscure places.
Yeah, I like that.
That could go viral.
You got an idea for the next obscure place yet, or what? We just gotta wait on the photo.
Well, I'm going to Colorado, so maybe I'll do one there. But that means I gotta bring 2 sewing machines. Oh my god!
You can't just do one.
Because I'm gonna bring I want to bring my real sewing machine to like. You know what I'm saying? Like work while I'm out there.
Right.
So I don't know if I'm gonna bring.
Well, you could bring the one that works, and then when you're done with the trip, like the last day, do the photo shoot. So you say, "Fuck it, it's a trip."
No, my sewing machine is like $5,000.
Oh shit!
You have to sacrifice the sewing machine to take the photo, though.
Well, I don't know. To do it obscure, it might be risky.
It's risky.
So
I was standing on one, like the one on the edge of that 30-story roof.
I wanted to ask you about that, but I didn't want to expose anything that might have been something you
I don't
to
know.
talk
They
about.
probably won't see it. So there's a 30-story building they're building in West Palm.
True.
And me and my friends climbed the stairs to do a photo shoot up there. And I ended up standing on the edge on my sewing machine. But I never released the photos because it's like, I could get in trouble for it, honestly.
Oh, that's insane.
It was pretty fucking dope. It was sick.
You obviously don't have you don't have a fear of heights?
I mean, I don't want to die, but I was doing it for the photo.
Yeah, dude. Obscure places.
Was there a railing behind you?
Hell no.
Well, not for the photo. There was like.
And you were near the edge?
I was on the edge. I was risking it for the biscuit.
Yeah, you don't say, Paul. It's not like.
And then he doesn't release the photo.
We also climbed a crane. That was fun. Oh. I climbed out on it. If you go on my profile picture, you can see it. I'm like in the triangle. That was bad. Those are bad.
Are you talking about like one of them huge ones?
Yes.
Oh my god, Paul. Is this after you ran the 20 miles through the swampy water?
No, I think that was before. Or during, maybe. I don't know.
So you're...
Because it took me like, a couple like months to build up to the 20 miles.
You're an adrenaline junkie then? You like...
At that time, I think I was a little bit depressed. I was kind of getting really drunk and like just trying to do some crazy photo shit.
Okay.
I like adrenaline, but like also like I know I have a big purpose, so like I'm not trying to like risk my life.
Yeah.
But like sometimes I just can't help it, I don't know. I like climbing on things and I like jumping off roofs into pools and stuff, and I just like doing that kind of shit,
It's like you live life with no rules, and that's badass to me. It's like with
Thank
no,
you, man.
because I'm so
That's what got me here, So it's like I have to keep going, It's risky, but it's like that's what got me here, so I have to keep going.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're riding that fine line?
That's where probably anxiety will come.
Yeah,
definitely. But I just have to like keep going. I mean, like I fucking just got 2 cars, signed the papers. So I gotta fucking pay them off, So I gotta fucking sell clothes. I can't take any days off, you know what I'm saying?
Do you still have the limo? I saw you owned a limo for a little bit.
Yeah, well, I traded that for the down payment on the second one.
You bought a limo?
Yeah, so that's a great story if you guys
I would love to hear it.
All right. Alright, so I'm on Instagram.
Wait, I gotta hit this for the limos.
Alright, let me light it for you.
Okay.
Let me light it for you.
If I hear anything about Paul literally just driving around a limo for fun, I'm going to lose my fuck. This is what I meant by eclectic. This is literally.
You're gonna like this story a lot.
I'm stoked.
All right, so I saw on a limo on Instagram, and this dude was trying to do some kind of weird raffle where everybody throws $100 down, and then he'll pick a winner. And he couldn't get anybody to do it, and I was like, well, realistically, what's the cheapest you'll sell it? Because I didn't have a car, you know, and I was like, I had a couple, like, $1,000, and he was like, well, I'll sell it for $2,300. And I was like, damn, I could probably make money with that. Like, I was like, think of it like an investment piece. Like, I was like renting out for music videos or like, you know, get limo jobs with it. I'm gonna ash my fucking.
I saw that, dude. You saved
anyway,
it. You caught yourself.
All right, but yeah.
You caught yourself.
Anyways. So I went to California. I flew to San Diego to buy the fucking limo. And my friends in LA, this like model and like, you know, she's done photo shoots for me and stuff. She's great. Tabitha, I love you.
Tabitha.
She was like, yo, come to LA with the limo, you know, before you drive it back to Florida. Come chill with it. And I was like, all right, that's probably a good idea because I don't want to drive it all the way across the country before I know it's going to work.
Yeah, smart idea.
You know, so I drove it to LA. We ended up taking it to fucking... I drove it one day, but then the next day we met an Uber driver that was like kind of like feeling like the chicks I was with, you know? So he was like, oh, can I hang out with you guys?
Come on.
I was like, all right, yeah, if you drive the limo. So I fucking got this guy to drive the limo so I could sit in the back with like my homegirls, and we went to this party in Malibu.
That's fine.
So they're like, who the fuck is this guy pulling up in a limo?
That was like great party. It was so amazing. There was like a mansion. You don't even know who the owner is because it's so big. There's
no
like
one was talking about politics.
Yeah, right?
There's a fucking cloud fucking bed in the backyard grass. Like,
you feel like you were in a movie?
Yeah, that was like one of those movie Cali parties.
Yeah. And then, you pulled up in a limo, stunting.
And then listen, like the next couple days, the fucking something went out. One of the fucking things had a blow. Like something blew in it. So I was like, and the homegirls I was staying with, like, you know, their periods were starting. And like I could sense like I was like definitely like overstaying my welcome, you know? Because I was planning on driving back sooner, but then the limo broke.
Yeah.
And I was going to have to wait a week for it to get fixed. So I was like, fuck, dude, I can't stay with them anymore. Like, you know, like, I got to get out of here because I could feel the heat, you know? And I'm like, you know, you don't want to overstay your welcome.
Yeah, so true, yeah.
Like, I don't want to be that guy. Because that's what people do in Cali.
Yeah.
They fucking go out there and then they couch surf and they use people.
Yeah.
Like, that's why nobody in California really, like, clicks up that much.
Yeah.
So I ended up literally in one day because I know a lot of people that moved to LA and California for skateboarding through, like, because when I used to skateboard. So I hit up one of my friends that was a filmer, David, shout out David. He knew some random kid that was trying to sublease his apartment, and I got it in one day. And it was like $1,000 a month. Nice alone, like, studio, you know, place. Yeah, and I stayed there for 2 months, and I went back and forth. So, like, once I had the spot secured, drove the limo back, and then flew back to Florida, or Cali, started, like, making clothes and selling them on Melrose, got my stuff into a store there, you know, sold it, and then, like, the dude wanted his apartment back, and my friend, who was actually, like, helping me, like, with business here in Florida, was having a baby, so he was kind of going to have to, like, he was going to be really busy anyway, so I kind of had to come back to Florida.
Yeah. Did you and that's where you are now. That brings us up to current time.
Right. And I had the limo, but it was kind of fucking up. And
so you still have a limo out there right now?
No. So I traded it in because, like, the AC blew.
Okay.
It was kind of just... I was over it. I had the fun. I took it to a Malibu party. You know what I'm saying? I had it. I let my friend use it in a music video. I've made a couple money, like $100, like, driving people in it.
No shit.
Yeah. And then so I got the fucking...
You traded that towards the vet?
For a Buick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Been rolled up in the vet today. Paul's got a fire blue vet.
Yeah. Yes, I had to show it off. Maybe we can put it on the camera.
Yeah, we'll throw a picture up again.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Paul fucking whips in a brand new blue Corvette. I'm like, all right, Paul.
Yeah. First car.
Fire.
I always wanted one. I was like, you know, this was, you know what it really was? Is like, I was having you know, I've always had anxiety about having a car payment. I didn't know what to do, like lease a car, buy a car, an old car, finance a car. You know, those are the three options.
Yeah.
And I did not know what to do. I did not know what the smartest thing to do was. But I started running, you know. I ran those 20 fucking miles. And then I was like, I'm buying a car. I can do it. Like, my mentality literally switched after I ran those 20 miles. And I went to the car dealership like 3 days in a row. I saw this vet. I was gonna get it, but it had...
You said you went 3 days in a row?
Yeah, like, to talk to them. Like, talk them, like, the price, you know? Yeah. And I was like, I'm getting a vet. That's the only car I want. Like, I'm not getting anything else. And at first I was gonna get this one with a soft top, but then I chose the blue one with the hard top. I'm
good
glad
choice.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, good choice.
Soft top, like, reminded me of this fucking old Mustang I had. I was like, fuck that. That car made me depressed. Because, like, literally I'd be driving it and it would just turn off randomly. And, like, I was like, dude, like, on the highway, yeah, dude. Like, almost kill me, dude. Like, I'm not even joking, bro. Scary.
You gotta dive more into this. You can't just tell us, yo, I was driving and my car stopped.
That was in, like, high school, like, the car my dad gave me, you know what I'm saying? Like, my first car, like...
And you act like it was a normal thing, like, every other day you were
Death trap. That's why I was like, I'm getting a car that I'm not going to be depressed in when I get in it, you know?
And it's the vet.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You were risking your life every time you
Hey, there was no way you were depressed in the limo, though. That shit must have been nice, too.
Well, yeah, but, you know, and you don't want to drive your own limo.
Nah. So, like, you were pulling up to, like, the supermarket, and you were pulling up to your homegirl's house in the limo? Like,
for a period of time?
No, I wouldn't excessively use it, but when we would go out downtown, I would, you know what I'm saying?
That's fine.
I think if I had a limo for 2 months, I'd literally drive it to, like, Publix and be like, oh, just grabbing a biscuit or something. You know?
A biscuit?
Fuck. What else do you grab at Publix?
I don't go to Publix. We've already talked about this in another podcast.
Oh, yeah, fuck. Hey, what do they have out in Cali? Do they have Publixes?
Ralph's, right?
What
place? I think it's Ralph's. Yeah, it's Ralph's. Yeah, they don't have Publixes there.
No? Damn, that's a fucking... Publix is like, I feel like just the perfect one.
Publix is dope.
It's fire.
Ideal.
Shout out to Publix.
Yeah, I will say something funny. Ever since that podcast where I talked about us shopping at Aldi, JoJo's been ordering the groceries from Publix. I don't know if
Oh, no.
You might have offended her or something.
I didn't... Oh, Josie, I was not throwing shade to people who shop at Aldi.
I'm not even making that up.
No fucking...
The groceries have been coming from Publix ever since.
I've been going... I went to Aldi a couple times, but you know what it is like...
You had to pay for the basket?
The meat isn't really that quality.
What are you buying, like cold cuts?
Well, no, but like, you know, like the steaks and all that stuff.
Really?
So I was like,
Bro, they don't got no cold cuts in. That's what I'm telling you. You never been there.
Really? I don't even, dude, it's like if I buy stuff that just sits in my house, I don't even fucking eat it.
It looks like a bigger Wawa. That's all it is. It's just a bigger
going. But they do have fire prices.
What?
If you want to get the little snacks and shit, Aldi's, I think, is the spot.
We're big snack people. Do a lot of snacks.
But, you know, it's hard. Like, it's like, oh, do we go to 3 different places for my meats here and my fucking shit here and my shit here? Like, that's what my dad does because he has nothing else to do. I'm like, I don't have fucking time for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So, you're living life in the fast lane right now, I feel like, you know, and you're putting out that energy, which I love. Do you see Paul settling down anytime soon? Do you think, like, your life is just going to always be...
I can't settle down until I at least pay off these cars. And there's no way I'm gonna want to settle down, you know, like because I'm not even fucking close to where I want to be with my clothing.
So that's your baby next? Right now. That will always be your baby until
my fashion brand. Yeah, for sure.
What's next for Calvani?
What's next?
Yeah, for the brand.
Well, I just got a team of altiers. So, like, they're helping me make stuff a little bit faster.
What's that mean? What is it?
So, it's like, once I have a design and, like, I know how to sew it, I can tell somebody else how to sew it that knows how to sew it. And they can just do the design for
scaling.
me, you know. There's certain stuff that I still need to do, like placement of clouds and stuff like that. But, like the half and half. Like, for instance, I took apart 2 hoodies and put them back together in patch form. And, like, they can do that because they have, like, a bunch of huge sewing machines, and it actually turns out better when they do it because they have like this one tool that I don't have that can like really cinch the fabric, you know, because I just have a normal sewing machine. they have like a sear cutter thing. So it's just, it actually turns out nicer when they do it, and they're really nice. And
him and Joe should link up because JoJo, his girlfriend, is trying like a jean jacket clothing brand type thing.
Yeah, she's been doing custom jeans and jean jackets lately.
But also, to answer your question, what's next is going to Colorado to try to promote some clothing out there. And I need to go to LA to pick up, some more blanks. I really like going, getting and sourcing my hoodies out there.
Oh, yeah?
And then back to New York as soon as possible, too, because I was getting a lot of good stuff done there.
Did you keep any of those connections at the shop in Melrose when you were selling your stuff?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's just something, it's better to do in person.
Yeah. So if people wanted to buy stuff from you now, what's the best way to get in touch with you, or how do they go about purchasing a piece?
DMing me on Instagram.
Paul is high?
Yeah.
Is it underscore? Okay, we'll put it in the description.
What I'll do is I'll take a deposit of half the price of the item, and then, you'll send me the rest of the money when you're happy with it before I send it.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's literally art. It's like you're creating a piece for them. It's sick. All right, last question for you, Paul.
I love this.
Yeah.
I could talk all day with you guys. This is great.
Shit. Hey, you can feel your passion. It's like oozing out your pores. It's cool, man. It's really cool to see you in that spot. What is the worst piece of advice you've ever gotten?
I'm gonna have to think about this for a second.
Yeah.
It's a hard question.
It's a tough one, right?
Probably be a plumber. From my dad. He was like, "Oh, go to trade show school and be a plumber." Because if I did that shit, I wouldn't be fucking doing this.
It's a great answer.
Honestly. To be real. I love my dad, but the thing is like, when you're trying to do something, you can't really take advice from people that aren't doing what you're doing already, because they don't understand, like when I tell my parents like, oh, I'm going to try to film this commercial. It's, going to cost a lot of money, but it's going to be awesome. And, I'm really passionate about it, I don't even care. It's not going to make me money. It's just to show people, what I can do. And, I love making art. And I don't care about money when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, he'll be like, oh, maybe just don't film it. And it's like, what the fuck? You don't get it. I have to film this. It's already all set up. People are counting on me. You know what I'm saying? So, I like talking to my parents about what I'm doing. Now that I'm making money, I've never really asked for anything, but now that they see that I don't have a normal job and I'm still being able to do a living, and I have fucking huge ass place and nice cars. I think they're definitely proud of me and you know what I'm saying? But.
And that makes you happy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's nice, it's hard to I've had a lot of people tell me man, my parents don't support me in what I'm trying to do, and it's just and that's just the thing. It's it's okay. You just have to understand they don't understand because they're not on that path. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, and they ran a different path, and that's okay, and that is okay.
Yes.
And that it's as he touched on in the beginning of the episode, it's all about perspective, and someone's perception. I am not an artist. I don't have an artistic bone in my body. I can't draw a fucking stick, man.
Hey, but I think.
But what I'm saying is, I think what you guys, I envy, and I think it's beautiful. But I know that's not my purpose. I have a very just kind of
But it's also perspective, because what you're doing, flipping a house, is art to me. Yeah. Taking, put aside what I'm making. I could be making anything. The fact that I'm able to make I figured out how to make a living off of making creations. Yeah. Flipping clothing. Yeah. So I'm obviously it doesn't cost me as much as what I'm selling it for, but it's the idea and the art, and that's what they're paying for. So it's the same thing. You're, it's an art. What you're doing, how you were able to figure out how to fucking work for yourself is an art form, is an art in itself. Yeah. You figure out how to maneuver through life, to make your own path. Yeah. That to me is art within itself. Yeah. Straight the fuck up. So we're all artists in our own way, and it's It's all about perspective, like for real.
Love it.
I think you are an awesome person. Paul, I'm telling you, you're one of the coolest, most different people I've ever known in my life, and you haven't changed, and that's a compliment. I mean, seriously.
You're so nice.
Yeah, dude.
I love you guys.
All right,
Thank
so
you for
Paul,
having me on this.
if you are someone who really likes pieces that are one-of-one and you're into clothing, or you just want to check out the art he makes, you can find him on Instagram at Paul is High, correct?
Yep.
DM him if you want to look into a piece or talk about a piece. I'm sure he loves talking about just in general how he got to what he's doing. So if you have just any general questions, if you thought about going down a similar path or road, DM him, because I'm sure you would love to talk about it with people.
And my studio is, always open for people that want to come. I'm gonna start doing events like paint parties I've done before, and I also want to do something where
what about a
people
farmer's
can
market?
Come. Well, I hate standing outside and
true.
selling my clothes.
True.
You saw that in middle school, man. He found the AC.
Especially if I can't fucking smoke there. But it's like, yeah, I would love to do an event where people come and pay a set amount for materials, and then we can make a piece all together.
That's cool.
It's a little party, you know what I'm saying? Stuff
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Maybe we could do something together with your podcast.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
I'm telling you, in the future, I want to do meetups where people, so-and-so saw the podcast and they want to just meet up with you in a social setting, and all of our guests we have on across the board, will come and we'll all just hang. I would really like to do that at some point, because it's just coming out and meeting, like-minded, cool people. I think would be sick.
Have you guys done a launch party?
No, and we want to
in
the near future. I think just trying to keep this momentum is amazing.
Yeah.
Paul, that was probably going to be one of the coolest conversations we ever have on it. You are.
That's great, man.
Guys, thank you so much.
And
wow.
It's just cool to kind of get a glimpse into your brain that is eclectic as fuck. It's sick. Guys, thank you for watching, viewing, and subscribing. If you could subscribe, if you're not, share this to your friends. Paul's story is amazing, and I think it could give value to a lot of people that watch it. Until next week, we'll see you guys. Peace.